But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you give in this family, I still don't miss you. When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I miss being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I miss the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man. That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to share my peace. You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who is the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you. Thank you.
That was very, very, very deep.
What a vile, disgusting little witch. To say that at your father's funeral. And do you notice she was very wordy in what she said. She had a lot of things to say about her dead father and disrespecting him, but she said, I'll take your money.
Okay.
I'll take your money. This girl is a piece of shit. Do you know why she don't like her dad? Because he voted for Trump. Because he supported Trump.
Yeah, but you know what it is? I find it hard to place judgment on videos like this.
Why?
Because there's no backstory. We don't know anything about him, how he was. She could be like a feminist who calls everyone misogynistic and stuff like that.
That doesn't justify
or
it.
He could actually have been like that. Do you know what I'm saying? He could have been very, very racist in the household. You don't know what he might have been saying behind closed doors, because she wasn't just saying just because he voted Trump. Like,
his
do you know what
daughter
I
is
mean?
biracial. His daughter's black. That she's half black, right? Her mother's black. That is a child of color. She's not a white child. Her father was white, and her father voted for Trump. And do you want to know why a lot of people voted for Trump? The same reason Dave Chappelle gave. There are a lot of disenfranchised white people that don't like the way things are going in their country. And it's very, very understandable that they would vote for Trump. It doesn't make you a racist or misogynist to vote for Trump. Do you know what the options were when Trump was going in? It was Trump and Hillary Clinton.
No, I know, but just regardless of Trump, because that wasn't the main thing that she said here. She listed and named a whole bunch of stuff. So I'm not saying she's in the right, I'm not saying she's in the wrong, but I can't place judgment on this video without actually knowing what her father may have been like. And to do that at your parents' funeral, she must have been feeling a lot of hurt. That was very deep.
You've seen how unhinged this generation behaves,
yeah,
right?
so we can, but that's just assuming if she's like somebody of this generation, or if she's actually been through a lot with her dad.
She is someone from, she is.
No, but I mean the mindset. Not everyone of this generation.
I'm going off what
like
she
that.
said, right? She said he was a Trump-loving supporter. I've heard this from a lot of people that don't like the fact that there were people of color or white people that voted for Trump. And there was an overwhelming amount of people that voted for Trump, right? Trump and Hillary's turnouts were extremely high. And a lot of those people were people of color, right? You can't just go around calling people misogynist, racist, all of these words, xenophobic, homophobic, because you don't like what they stand for. I know people that voted for Trump. If I was in America and you'd ask me to pick between Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump, I would choose Donald Trump every single time. I would choose Donald Trump knowing what has happened still. Do you know why? Because Hillary Clinton is a bumbling moron. And if you look into her record, and you don't have to look far, you would know who the worst option is.
All right. Well, I don't know much about politics and stuff. I don't know what the American ones can offer as well. Let's watch the video again. Let's take it step by step of what she's saying. Let's just review what she's actually saying.
Okay.
But Dad, please know that while I am grateful and highly aware of all that you give in this family, I still don't miss you.
Please know that I'm grateful of everything you've given this family. So those lines already tell me that this guy was a provider. He's given to the family. Because she ended by saying, I will take your money. So at the very least, he's provided for her financially. We can agree on that, right?
There's a lot of parents out there who have done a lot for their kids. And I think that kids should always respect their parents, because your parents have done everything to raise you, provide for you, etc. So they should. They're your parent. Do you know what I'm saying? They should. But that doesn't dismiss people that maybe have got and received a lot of, say, abuse from their parents growing up.
100%.
Just because their parents putting a roof over their head doesn't mean that it's okay for them to just disrespect them all the time as well.
No, 100%. If your parents are abusive towards you, that's
Yeah.
another thing. But this girl, from what I can see, thinks her dad is a racist and a misogynist and a xenophobic person because he supported Trump.
What's xenophobic?
We're going to get into a whole... I'll break down... When she says it, I'm going to break it
Okay.
down for you.
All
So,
right.
like, you know, racism, xenophobic... maybe she didn't say xenophobic. I'm throwing it out there. But if
Okay.
she says it, I'll break down what she's basically saying as we go along.
When you died, I felt like there was a hole. I missed something, but it wasn't you. It was the idea of what you could become. I missed being able to hope and wish that one day you turn a corner and see the world from my perspective. I missed the idea that one day you might help me fight for the things that matter. I missed my fantasy of you. Because when you died, it solidified the fact that you'll never be what you could have been, but only what you are. And what you are is a racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, Trump-loving, cis-straight white man.
She said he's...
Racist, misogynistic, xenophobic, and a Trump supporter.
Right, okay. Now, what does this all tell you? And she ended with a cisgendered white man. Xenophobic is
Yeah.
like the fear or hatred of anything. Racism is, I mean, we all know what racism is, you know, it's that you would just hate someone for what they look like. What else did she say? Did she say he was homophobic?
Okay, yeah, so I get, yeah, she's sounding like this generation, yeah.
Yeah, she sounds like her dad, who's probably older, is probably in that older generation, much older generation, voted for Trump, and she's thinking to herself, oh, you know, he thinks of things this way, so
Yeah.
he must be xenophobic, he must be racist. I might be wrong on this, but I am pretty sure this is a mixed race girl. She's half black or half Hispanic or something like that. So how that doesn't even make sense. You're in one breath you're saying I'm grateful for all the things that you provided me with. I'm assuming he also provided that for the rest of the family. I'm assuming that you're able to speak on that stage because you're able to get dressed in the morning, shower because you got a roof over your head. I'm assuming that he put you through school because school's not free in America. I'm assuming he did all these things based on what you said, but because he voted for Trump, that makes him a racist. You didn't actually say what made him racist in this outside of that. All you said was that he voted for Trump. If she actually said, oh, you know, you spoke down to me because I'm black, or you spoke down to our mother because she's a person of color. If she actually listed what he did, I would have been like, okay, I can hear the anger in her voice. All she's done is mention Trump here.
Yeah, but she also did say as well, yeah, I wish that you could look at the world the way I do or something like that. So yeah, I think what you're saying makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, we don't look at the world the way they do. We think they're mad.
Why did no one stop her? Everyone just sat there and listened.
Yeah, I'm surprised that no one stopped her. I'm actually shocked that there was no one in the crowd that thought, hey, maybe I should go up there and put my hand over the mic. Let me be clear, because we're over in the UK here, and we're watching America like it's a different season of Netflix every week. We think that this generation, I'm assuming she's Gen Z, we think that you're mad. We think that you guys in America that behave like this, and I'm not talking to all the other generations or the people that are of sane mind, we think that people like this are crazy. Most people I know over in the UK look at this stuff and think that America has lost their minds. How do you feel about them?
I feel like it's the same in the UK though as well.
You think it's the same as America?
Like the
I mean,
mindsets of
Really?
this generation, yeah, is the same.
We do not have the same level of BS that the
But
Americans
they're
are
a
putting
bigger
up with.
country. They've
That's
got
true.
a bigger population.
That's true. They are much bigger. For the level-headed Americans, I well and truly feel sorry for you. Like, I really feel sorry for you that you have to deal with these nut jobs. I don't know how you do it. I really don't. It's infuriating to be watching on the sidelines. And yeah, there are people down here that are crazy as well. We have the climate protesters, but I would say that they are a far cry from some of the things I'm seeing in America.
That is all you will ever be to me. And Dad, before you tell me to respect the dead, please remember that you disrespected and disregarded the lives and deaths of entire communities of people with your ideology. You told me to never back down, so I won't. You know for a fact that even against you, I'm not afraid to...
She said he disrespected the lives and the deaths of an entire community of people with his ideologies. Okay. What ideologies?
ideologies.
What are you saying? All I'm getting from this is that your dad was a conservative or right wing. You're not telling me what his ideology was. You're not saying you've declared all this bullshit for the world to see. You must have known that somebody was going to record this. In this day and age, for you to say something so egregious at someone's funeral that somebody was going to whip out their phone and record this. And maybe she even told the person to record this thinking that people were going to support her online. But the thing is if you're going to make claims about somebody, a dead person, your father at that, and provide no substance, you are the one that comes off looking like a jackass. This is disgusting. If I had a problem with my dad, that's a personal conversation. And if he's dead, I'm going to his grave personally when no one's sitting there to talk to the headstone, because where else am I going to talk? Right? We're just going to have a conversation with my dad in the graveyard. But there's no one else to talk to about it. I mean, you can talk to your mum about it, but if you're really feeling that kind of way, you're really going to air it out in front of your whole family and his family and your mum's family as if you did something heroic. You're just an entitled piece of shit. And your dad is definitely rolling in his grave listening to that bullshit.
You are everything I aspire not to be, and I refuse to stand up here and sing the praises of a man who is the paradigm of white supremacy. So I'll take your racist mindset, I'll take your money, and I'll take your advice. And I swear to God I will make this world a better place. Not at all because of you, but in exact opposition to you.
She's going to take the money of a white supremacist. You're going to take the money of a white supremacist that you feel so deeply about. Why don't you get off your entitled ass and work for it? Provide for your family the same way your dad did. Put a roof over your mother's head the same way your dad did. It might sound like I'm jumping the gun here because I don't even know who her dad is, but you can't make comments about someone like that. Those are damning comments, and this guy can't defend himself. He's dead. And then give no substance. What was the point? What was the point in this rant? We don't know what the hell you're talking about outside of the fact that you said he was a Trump supporter. And this is the same bullshit that I've even heard from some friends about supporting Trump, when they actually know very little about him. They watch clips. And this is not to say that Trump didn't say some crazy shit. It's not to say that I even supported Trump, because there's a lot of things he did that if I was in America, I'd look at it sideways. But what they do is they take clips from these like media outlets that purposefully clip him, and then they put that out there and people watch it and they're like, oh, he's a racist. Oh, he's like Hitler. People saying that Trump was like Hitler is one of the stupidest things that I've ever heard. And it's really telling of that generation that they don't read books anymore. If you had any idea who Hitler was and the level of destruction that he caused during the World War, you would not be comparing Trump to Hitler. I would encourage anyone to pick up a history book. Do you know, I saw this video and they were asking them, when did World War II start and end? And nobody knew the answer. Do you know how concerning that is? Sabi, you better know the answer. You better know the answer. When did World War II start? No. When did World War I start?
I know when the Battle of Hastings was.
When was it?
1066. All right, if I'm going to give it a wild guess. 1920s.
World War One.
2.
No. World War One was from 1914 till 1918. World War Two was 1939 till 1945.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, I'll remember that always.
You can't call people Hitler willy-nilly. You can't do that to people. You can't just call people Nazis whenever you want. You can't call them racist or misogynistic. Those words have serious implications. If you knew what a Nazi was, you would not be throwing it around so much. It's baffling to me that someone could do this at her dad's funeral. But go get a job, put a roof over your mum's head, be the better person that you said you're going to be. You've got a lot of work to do considering this is how you started it. Good luck to you. If anything, I'm guessing that you're probably the one with the underlying racism and xenophobia and all the things that you called your dead father who can't defend himself. Well done.